Many of Nepal's voters are tired of voting for the same leaders. They are tired of them making same promises and failing to fulfill them. But this time there is something different. Many young candidates have come out in the field. They are contesting for top offices, hoping to bring some change.
Standing in long queues, exercising their constitutional right, millions in Nepal cast their vote for the next government on Sunday. The Himalayan nation is holding its fourth poll since it became a republic 14 years ago. And this time, the people have made their voices clear. They are tired of the old guard. They are tired of voting for the same old faces, the ones who make huge promises but fail to deliver every time. The Nepali people are hoping for a breath of fresh air, a younger, more promising government that understands their problems.
This election will be a major warning to the traditional forces, to the traditional parties. I don't expect that it will totally influence the governance, the system. However, they will very strongly knock the doors of the traditional parties, and so that they will be compelled to get change themselves.
We have seen the old generation work, but now we need to see new people, new talent to come up, which is the desire of the people.
Among the many issues this poll season are economic revival and political stability. Recovering from the pandemic, Nepal has still not seen a complete revival in tourism, a major contributing factor to its GDP. In the first 10 months of this year, roughly 450,000 tourists visited Nepal. This is less than half the number seen in the whole of 2019. That is before the pandemic entered the picture. The cost of everyday products continue to rise. Nepal's foreign reserves are shrinking, and the retail inflation rate has been hovering at 6-year highs of about 8%. The next government will be faced with the mountainous challenge of reviving the economy and curbing the price rise at a time when the world is looking at an imminent recession.
The new government should move forward to provide health and education because they are common facilities required by all people.
The other big poll issue is political stability. Nepal became a republic in 2008, and it has seen 13 different governments during this time. Nepal's current Prime Minister, Sher Bahadur Deoba, has been in the position 5 times. Prominent leaders of the Communist parties, Pushpa Kamal Dahal and Khadga Prasad Oli, have held the office twice. Many of Nepal's citizens now want the senior leaders to leave in a respectful way. For them, it is the frequent changes and squabbles among parties that are largely to be blamed for a slow economy.
We as voters always want development. We want to see better roads and better education. But that's not happening. So there should be a new generation. The previous leaders should respectfully take a leave. And people with new thoughts should come in the political party. That's our expectation.
We want a stable government so that it can function well.
The vote count has already begun in the country, but it will take at least 2 weeks before the results are out. The reason is that some ballot boxes need to be carried from remote mountain village. There are no pre-election polls to register the public's mood. Some political analysts predict the incumbent alliance of the Nepali Congress and former Maoist leaders are to retain the top office. The way ahead will not be easy for whoever comes to power. They will face the challenges of keeping a stable political administration, reviving the tourism industry, and balancing relations between the Asian powers that neighbor the tiny country, and that is China and India.
Nepal conducted a second general election post the constitution came into effect. There were two major coalitions. The main battle is between the two major coalitions. One that is led by the ruling Nepali Congress Party, and the other coalition is by the former Prime Minister, that is led by KP Sharma Oli. Well, we'll have to see what the topics were highlighted during the campaign is basically where the Nepali Congress, the ruling alliance, were focused on the economy and on the prosperity of the country, while also assuring the public to generate as many as over 1 million jobs for youth in the next 5 years. They feel that this resonates with the voters and that they were paying high prices for basic needs, and they also want to bring the financial discipline laws in place. While the coalition, the opposition coalition that is led by KP Oli, focused on domestic products and encouraging Make in Nepal initiative. In the manifesto of the UML party, they have mentioned that nobody will die of hunger and that earnings will be ensured for all. These were the key messages that were coming from the both sides. While now in this election, there were major factors that came into effect. Is one that independent candidates, there were increase in independent candidates. So what exactly the result will be, it's a little tight race between the political parties, the national political parties and the independent candidates. For that, we'll have to wait for a week when the results are out. Saloni Murarka for WION World is One in Kathmandu, Nepal.